Hi, I'm Tracy Faulkner from Lush Fabrics. I'm here with your release for this week. It is the 15th of February and I have 12 new fabrics to show you. I mentioned last week that I was going to start putting a couple of winter fabrics in. I have 2 winter fabrics for you today and the rest are all gorgeous light summer fabrics. So let's jump in. I have a few wovens to show you to start with. This first one is the black version of the embroidered cotton that I showed you last week. I showed you that in white. You guys absolutely loved it. Here is the black. I love to sew black clothes. I wear a lot of black. And so I absolutely love this black. I sewed up the white and let me show you what I did with the white. I made an Ashton top by Helen's Closet. Sorry, you probably already seen me do this last week. But it's just interesting to see how this fabric sits in a sewn up garment. It does have some body to it, being a cotton. Let me show you that gorgeous texture and design that's on here. Obviously these bits here are see-through. In the top that I just showed you, I'm just wearing a nude colored bra underneath, nothing else. So same would work for the black, unless you're doing a dress or a skirt, shorts, pants or something like that, then I think you'd need some extra coverage. So this is 100% cotton. It is 100 GSM and 143 centimeters wide, and you can see how it falls there. One thing I did forget to say last week about the white is that the selvage on this is quite wide, so that is something to factor in. There's just a little more width than there normally would be on a selvage. All right, this one I put with thread 4000 in the Resant range. All right, black embroidered cotton. Next I have a tencel linen. What a combination. I'm a bit obsessed by tencel. I love the linen. We've got both in this fabric. So it's 70% tencel, 30% linen, 199 GSM, so basically 200 GSM, and 135, sorry, I'm looking at the, I've moved down to the wrong fabric. Let me start again. 70% tencel, 30% cotton, 172 GSM, and 145 centimeters wide. This color is called French Oak. It's gorgeous. Let me see if I can show you some of that texture. It's lovely and soft, this fabric. It feels absolutely beautiful. You can really feel that tencel. Feels more like tencel than linen in my opinion. Well, I mean, it is more tencel than linen, but still sometimes you get more of a linen feel to it, but this one definitely feels very tencel. Amazing for tops and dresses, pants, skirts, shorts, all that lovely light summer stuff that we want to wear at the moment. Resant 1630 is your match for this one. French Oak tencel linen. The next woven that I have to show you is viscose linen. So these are a lot of the new wovens that we received in recently, which we are absolutely loving, and I think you guys are really liking to see them as well. Just move this down a bit. There we go. Just move something off my screen there. There we go. Sorry to shake you around. Okay, viscose linen. So this one is 70% viscose, 30% linen. So those same sorts of compositions again. This is the 199 GSM and 135 centimeters wide. Let me show you that texture. So it's got a little bit going on with it. It's got more texture than the tencel linen has, which can be really, really nice. So its drape is lovely, and this same garments as the last one I just showed you. You can basically make anything, you know. You can make a beautiful cool flowy dress or skirt, and make a beautiful pair of pants with a nice top. There's lots that you can do with this sort of a fabric. And I match this with 1459 in the Resant range. So this color is called Wine. So this is Wine Viscose Linen. All right, I have one more woven to show you here. This one's a print. So this is a linen slub. We've got a few prints in this base already. It's kind of unusual, I guess. It's 97% rayon, 3% spandex, 160 GSM, 137 centimeters wide. So it's kind of a stretch woven really. And this print is called In Control, this time in blue. We've had this one before, I think in the black is the other color that we have. It's got some really gorgeous colors in here. So it's got just a little bit of horizontal stretch going on there. Not much going on vertically. Beautiful drape. When trying to find a pattern to sew up this fabric, I would be looking for a woven pattern. Even though it's got that little bit of stretch, I would be treating it just as a woven myself. Okay, so we match this with 819 in the Resant range, and it looks really nice with the cognac linen as well. Bringing those colors in. All right, In Control in blue, linen slub. Okay, let's have a look at some knits, because that's what I usually show you so much of. So let's have a look at those. I do have some DTYs to start with. So if you haven't watched our DTY explained video yet, do jump on and have a look. If DTY isn't a fabric you've worked with before, it is amazing. It's easy to work with, and it is fabulous to wear in summer. Yes, it's a poly knit, but it is beautiful to wear. I'd wear it on a 40-degree day, no problem whatsoever. So do check out that video. You can either find that on our YouTube channel, and it's called DTY Explained, or it is also linked on all the DTY products on our website. Okay, first one is called Less Pressure. You turn it the right way, sorry. It's got a bit going on, but it's kind of cute. So it's got some pinks happening in that animal print, and it's got some chains and a beautiful true black background. So DTY has great horizontal stretch both ways, and look at that drape. I think this would look so cute in a jumpsuit, something like that. I love it. It is a lot, but I really like it, and I think actually made up into a garment it would be just beautiful. All right, threads, 4,000 in the Resant and 000 in the Mariflex. And this one we have put with liquid gold modal and also soft pink modal. For those pinks that are in there, it would look amazing with black. Black would be my personal choice to put with it, but there are some other options there as well. So Less Pressure DTY. Next is this one, which I've just called Black and Stone Stripes. This one, generally I would say to you that DTY is not transparent at all, but I do feel like if you were to make something quite tight out of this, it is slightly transparent on this stone colored stripe. Generally DTY, not transparent. But this one, I don't know, it's absolutely fine like this. You know, usually, well, often you can see through when I hold fabric away from me like this. And you can't see through this. I think it's just if it's going to be pulled tight, it's possibly going to be a little bit sheer. I think it'd be fine with some skin toned underwear underneath. Now, these stripes are vertical. So there's your horizontal stretch. There's your vertical stretch. So this fabric, the stretch is pretty good. If you would prefer horizontal stripes, just turn your fabric around and it'll work very well with it going that way as well. Or you can keep it true and have the vertical stripes. I love this one. I've actually got some of this one at home. I haven't sewed it up yet, but I do hope to sew it up. So watch this space. We'll see if we get there. All right, I've just gone with black as a match for this because it's 50-50 and a lot of you already have black thread at home. So 4,000 in the Rasant, 000 in the Mariflex. Black and stone stripes DTY. Okay, last DTY for today. I love this one too. This one is called Praise Me in green. We've had Praise Me in pink. It's just such a pretty print. Now we have green, and both of them, the background colors are just stunning. So this green is just so pretty. The print is really pretty. It's just lovely. So again, great stretch both ways. There's your drape. Couldn't find a matching thread for this one, I'm sorry. Not sure if we're just out of stock or if I just don't have anything. Could be either. Okay, pink coral double brush poly. It looks so pretty with it. And another option is raspberry rose DTY. Picking up all these gorgeous pinks in here. And then lastly, very, very DTY. So just depending on what tone of pink you like. These two are very similar. Okay, Praise Me in green DTY. Next I have something very, very different. This one is called Bubble Knit. So it's black, so it's just black bubble knit. I'm going to keep it like this so I can show you. Check that out. This is only about 1 meter, so it's quite the bundle. It is light though. It's only about 180 GSM. It's a poly, so 96 poly, 4 spandex. This is, I find this really unique. I think it's really cool. Let me show you up close now. Which would be the right side? Actually, probably this side. Sorry, I had that the wrong way. There we go, that's better. There we go. So you can see how it bubbles out. I think this, I just vision some really big statement sleeves out of this sort of fabric. I think it would be so cute. And almost those tops that kind of have the elastic here and then elastic there. And so they kind of, I'm not sure if I'm explaining that very well. The vision is in my head. I'm not sure if it's getting across the page, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you could make yourself a skirt out of this, a dress, a top. I'm not sure if I'd make pants. I don't know, up to you. So stretch wise, there's your horizontal stretch. It's not heaps, but there's enough. It does have some vertical stretch. And there is your drape. So threads, we've used these black ones a lot today. 4,000 in the Rasant, 000 in the Mariflex. All right, black bubble knit, something a little bit different. All right, next we are on to our Europeans, and I get to finally talk about what I'm wearing. So when I ordered these European fabrics, I also got some winter fabrics, and I just released 1 or 2 when we got them because it was coming into the weather warming up a little bit. This one here is called Soft Coat. It is 100% a coating fabric. Now I know it is mid-February and who needs a coat in mid-February, but I wanted to release it early because I think that making a coat is a project. It takes a bit of time. I feel like if I release this sort of thing in June, you know, when winter's on, by the time you finish it, you might not have your coat there ready to wear while it's cold. So you might not be quite ready for winter fabric yet, but I thought I would release this so that you can see it and perhaps start considering your winter sewing. Let me show you my coat. I'm quite proud of it. This one's called Dark Camel, and this fabric is 80% poly. It is 18 viscose, 2% elastane, 370 GSM, so it's heavy without really weighing me down. 150 centimeters wide. This baby is warm. I mean it's actually not that hot here today, but it's very, very humid, and I'm a little bit worried I'm going to start melting on camera here. I'm doing okay so far, but it is warm and I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. I used all the small things, satin, as the lining for this one. So this fabric released just last week, and I thought I loved that blue with this camel color, so I put that in as the lining. It's always nice to have something a little bit slippery for your lining so you can get in and out of it nicely. So this pattern is the Octave coat from Love Notions. It came together so beautifully. The instructions were great. It has the best pockets. I love these pockets. They are so deep, and the way they are constructed, they are so neat, and they don't add bulk. And that's key for me. No bulk around my hips, thank you. They have plenty of substance there already. They don't need any extra help. So I love the way that this turned out. All right, let me show you this fabric close up. It feels gorgeous. I've got that, it's on the side, sorry. This is the right way. If I can hold it up properly. It feels really lovely. You can see the texture there, and if you can see the thickness, it is quite thick. It's really nice. So I actually made a belt to go with this, and it was, you know, you have to sew it up obviously right sides together and then turn it through. It took me 2 days to turn it through. Even you know, I debulked the seam allowance so that it wasn't so much, but my goodness, this fabric is quite thick and so difficult to turn through on something that's that wide. In the end, my kids helped me and we got it finished. It was no problem. But it hurt my fingers to get it through. So, I mean, it's not something I'm particularly good at. I do tend to, if I need to do something like this, I'll generally iron it in half and then have those halves meet in the middle so I can just sew it up without having to turn it through. But I just thought this might be a little bit too thick and heavy for that. So this fabric, it feels like a coat would feel. It has that thickness that a coat should have. It's not, you know, a centimetre thick or anything, but it's certainly got enough there to keep you warm. It's going to keep me warm. I can feel it already. So here it is draping, but you know what? You get a much better idea of how it sits just from looking at my coat. Love my coat. So in the end, I mean, it was a little bit of a project, but it wasn't insane. There was certainly some work in it. You could have done it unlined, and so that would have been quicker. But I am thrilled with the outcome, and I'm so pleased that I've done it early. So this, obviously, it's going to sit in my wardrobe for probably another 2 months at least, probably 3 before I really get to wear it. But it's there and it's ready to go. And I do actually have another couple planned, so we'll see how we go with those. This one I put with Resant 831. This is a smidge lighter, so if you've got a lot of top stitching, you may want to find a better match. Absolutely great for your seams and that sort of thing, but it might just be a smidge light for top stitching, but it's there if you need it. I actually think this goes really nicely with this one that I've just released today, whose name has just fallen out of my head, In Control in blue. I think some of those colors actually match really nicely, like these colors here. So I think that matches really well. That goes really nicely together. Okay, dark camel soft coat. The next of our European fabrics is also winter. And this is another base that I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's called Purring Fur. This one is the ivory version of it. I've released one other color and I've actually sewn that one up. So I want to show you what it looks like, because on that one, I used the wrong side and the right side deliberately so that you could see the texture of both. It feels so soft and beautiful to wear. This fabric is incredible. It's a bit like a hug from a teddy bear. And the best thing is you get that gorgeous fabric against your skin. So this is the right side. Gosh, I should have ironed this. My apologies. This is the right side of the fabric. It's kind of just, you know, just your general, looks a little bit like something a hoodie might be made out of on that side. But then this is the wrong side. Look at that beautiful fur. And I can't explain how soft it is. It is so incredibly soft. It's really nice to sew up. It's even better to wear. So I think I only got one wear out of it because this is one of the ones that I made before, you know, not long before it started to get warm. So I'm really looking forward to wearing the one that I have sewn up if it ever gets cold. So this is 60% poly, 35% cotton, and 5% elastane. It's 260 GSM, so it's a good weight, 150 centimeters wide, and it is Ecotech certified. So it has some good horizontal stretch there. Not a great deal going on vertically, but there's your drape. So I made a top out of this. It would make a gorgeous dress as well. Beautiful jumper, cardigan. There's lots that you can do. It is absolutely beautiful. Ivory purring fur. Okay, let's have a look at our two rewinds for today. The first one, they are summer focused. The first one is a gorgeous rayon spandex called Sweet Memories. So rayon spandex is 97% rayon, 3% spandex, 165 GSM, 150 centimeters wide, very stretchy. Makes an amazing t-shirt for summer because it's lovely and cool and light to wear. The drape is gorgeous. So we had lots of matches for this one, but those solid colors have sold out. So what we've got left is the Barbie cotton spandex and ivory double brush poly, and I also thought hot pink would work as well, but silly me, I forgot to pull that card out. I'm sorry. Hot pink double brush poly would work too. Black would look fantastic with it as well. This one, yeah, it's really gorgeous to sew with and really lovely for a summer garment. 4,000 in Ressant, 000 in Mariflex. So this one, because it's a Lush Sunday Rewind, is on special for today. The last one is a cotton spandex. So this one's called Starlight Starbright in grey. Let me open that up. It's so cute. Nice grey background. Lots and lots of stars on there. It's 95% cotton, 5% spandex, 170 GSM, and 170 centimeters wide. So it's really wide. It's got some horizontal stretch, bit of vertical, and there is your drape. So this one I've put with 132 in the Ressant and 702 in the Mariflex. And again, it did have quite a few matches, but they have since sold out. But Dijon Rayon Modal looks really, really nice with it. So again, Starlight Starbright is on special for today only. Okay, that is all of our fabrics. I do have some sewing essentials that I wanted to very quickly show you. And these are either coming back into stock or they are new things that I have at Lush. So the first one is, this is a three, obviously only get one, a needle cushion holder. You guys love these things. They go out of stock pretty quickly. Sorry, I'm trying to get that to focus. There we go. So you can stick your needle in the appropriate little box there so you know exactly what it is. So once you get started on a needle, you don't necessarily lose track of what it is using that one. So that's really cool. Got some more threads coming up. Got some more point turners in. It's very shiny. So it's also a button shank on there as well. So those things are quite handy to have in your little stash too. I have some glass-headed pins to put up for you, so they'll be available today. We have more wash away tape, very handy for a little bit of tricky sewing. You can use it to put your hems up as you're sewing them. Some people like to use them if they're putting a zip in, so it keeps it nice and flat and in place while you sew. So this is handy stuff, the wash away tape. More sewing gauges. These things are really handy as well. And then I have something new for you. I am loving trim at the moment, so I'm going to start putting a bit more trim on my things. So I bought this Rick Rack, and this one, has it got the width on there? I don't think it does have the width. It's not overly wide. So let me get my face out of it so you can see. It's just quite small. There we go. That'll give you an idea. Oh, I've still got my face in it. Sorry. There we go. So I've got this Rick Rack, which you can use for all sorts of different things. I just thought it was something different to get into stock. So I've got pink, I have white, black, and let's put these ones down. Royal blue, orange, cute little lilac-y lavender one, and like a dark turquoise, red, this gorgeous green. So they might be new, they might not, but I just thought they were a nice thing to add, just to really make our garments unique, adding those sorts of things on there. Okay, that is everything. So all these new sewing essentials and all these gorgeous new fabrics are up on our website. It's been an extra long video today, and of course it's the day where I'm wearing a really warm coat and it's quite warm. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. If you have watched the whole thing, I very much appreciate it. Please do enter our competitions, one on YouTube and one on Facebook in our group, Lush Fabrics, and then Australia in brackets. All of these items and fabrics are up on our website, which is www.lushfabrics.com.au. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll be back next week with some more goodies to show you. Thanks. Bye.